When him say one big problem we have as a country, we having leaders who don't like writing books. It is a huge problem. It is a big problem. It is not only leaders, but we need to encourage people in our society to be writing books. I'll come to the story, but let me say this because Muamunim say Eyana metaipe say me refer to books and enyama. You see, the reason why it is good to write a book when you come out of a situation and now you achieve something, and they say, especially in Ghana, you know our economic situation and the systems we run in Ghana. In the say you've been able to attain maybe 1 million Ghana cedis or $1 million whilst working in Ghana. You need to write a book. How you achieved it, what you did. Ebebwa echimba. Writing a book. Oh, it is normal. And that is why their society, it is one of the reasons that our society, etumpong. Now say me to say semunya mo beka football team my friend Liverpool. Mesremo I'll make a sense ya story no so because senya maka no this is very passionate. Muntie me please hear me out because more mutie me no a lot of you have gone through issues. You've gone through events and you've achieved a lot. But you are not even thinking of writing a book. How do you expect people to learn from what you've gone through? Ghana ni bi wo wakwa kofa events saying desert so ama we do abrochi write a book on it. Do something on it. Write a book or something on it. What you experience. You see, it will ebema nipa esuya bibi. It's not say ema nipa no also kofa desert too. But kofa desert so no you went through trials and tribulations. It changed your mindset because you had to be tough. So at least obi ko situation bimu it will let the person toughen up. And so we need to encourage people. Listeners, amutie me melodies, more amutie me, more Ghana for more abrochi bebre. Mumu bebre. The stories, your stories from childhood ni baby amu do and de. Amu to me sisi dying. To me, aye trust in Japade ni nyamani nano. You people need to write a book. Lessons are mistakes are more ye. Lessons are more ye or musia ye so that a trimba is ya. Would you say book no and yes I ton. But who do to me your book now chechema nkrofo and I will throw book ni to Emma wa we busuafo na da achi we chimba uni wane we chimba ba eba be reading hu ne say oh ye nana bi ba ye book bia wo throw ye ni de man ni di ye ni a Charlie, it is good you are helping. Until a lot of people in this country omwewu with their knowledge in their head. Until me encourage a lot of people to write books. Me see football team my friend of Liverpool. For a very long time, no moon we need a friend say EPL. And bra one mobile be breaky James no winning EPL no. Almost all the players wrote books on it. We need to encourage that. Now I am to say we have someone like Togbe Afede. Our throw book, and the book is on the economic crisis in this country. For people who don't know, Togbe Afede is a big economist. He's one of the richest kings in Ghana. Our economist kesiye pa. In fact, some of the big businesses in this country to say say one of Ghana airlines, local airlines now. He's the owner. I've forgotten the name of that airline, but he's the owner of that airline. Sa Kenoforiata Bank, data banki, or a co-owner or can be no musi data bank like or ye ni particular into a true book on the economic crisis or economic mess Ghana ye go through no. You see, that is the essence of writing a book. It is not only about what you've achieved by your experience. Ghana ni betumi sorry say ebia Akufo Addo ba abemu no de mabra bo go through no me throw book about it. Chima ba wo mo be ready. We need to encourage people to be writing books. I'm telling you, it is good. A boy. I don't know. Until last time make say I don't know say J.J. Rollins what throw book there. J.J. Rollins, I don't know. Say what throw book. Kufo, I don't know. Say what throw book. Akufo Addo, I don't know. Say what throw. But all these people, they need to write books. I know a lot of people will not agree with me, but even Akufo Addo was so a true book because Emrana or opposition, he was speaking against Mahama. In Yamabia or opposition or kind, and there was bad power. He's doing worse, so he needs to write a book on it. Then they see Ghana for behind the scenes. Yenim Emma and someone or Katia Mahama no buy or your ways. You see, we need to know all these things behind the scenes and all that. Anyway, let's go to the story. I see Togbe Afede lists rots in Akufo Addo's government in new book, Our Self-Inflicted Monumental Economic Crisis. In Togbe Afede in a new book, Our Self-Inflicted Monumental Economic Crisis. Na book no, and you say wabo Akufo Addo, enyama Akufo Addo aya. And anyama akoso Akufo Addo amemumu ama economic crisis yi abagana so. I say Agbogbo mafia of Azogli State, Togbe Afede, the 14th, has slammed the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo government over the current state of Ghana's economy. Inti won Togbe Afede book we are watry, and then someone watry a good book nimu. MB before omuntumi enye book ne he. Na saying obi kofa ye nya ye be he, obi kofa baomia ni tweets. Or they call billboard. Once the MPP for got sitting no. Omuko yi billboard no. So Togbe Afede the book we are watry. 10 years to come, 20 years to come, 30 years to come. Obi kofa book na. Already obe hu nyama Akufo Addo ye ema Ghana economy no boy. Ye nkonko tete no, ntumi nkonko tete no because intellectual property wa print out to. You see why it is good for leaders to write books? Otumfo say to, I don't think so. Otumfo say to Krawa. I don't know. It's time to be quiet. I don't think so. A true book. But even Otumfo say to Krano needs to write book maybe about culture, about the Asante culture and all the Ghana Yahinfu Ninano. At least they need to write books about the culture and tradition and all that, so that a chimba because then a chimba bebre oha omuni mamamre. Inti imagine say yesi Otumfo a true book about Asante Amamre. Imagine say yesi or hine kesie bi ebia yana a true book about omonso Amamre. A chimba ba omofa book no readia. Onim bibia Amamre bia onim. We need to be encouraging things like that in this country. I tell you, kebe boa ebe boa. I say in this new book. Also, in his new book, Our Self-Inflicted Monumental Economic Crisis, Togbe Afede said that the economic challenges the country is facing now are largely due to the poor economic management of Akufo Addo. Watro book him. Watro. Also, in the Ghana economic crisis I face, Akufo Addo nenhihye. And I make a 50 years to come. That is why in Nyamabia AC wa Ghana, obi to make ofa Kwame Nkrumah book watro the dada 50 years. Eko book a Kwame Nkrumah trot obi to me kofa be koti say hey Kwame Nkrumah ka asem we fa Ghana fo hu and then na ye hu na nne yo hey asem Kwame Nkrumah kai na abemu no. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah was way ahead of his time. Kwame Nkrumah, he was way ahead of his time. It hear Kwame Nkrumah, he wrote about 4 or 5 books. He was way ahead of his time. He knew the essence of writing books. And you see, one thing about writing books, they say, you don't need to be, say, we Wako school. You can go and see some publishers. You can tell them your story and all that. Once you are telling them your story, you see, they will, in West now, their true book. Charlie, we need to encourage businessmen in this country to write. But I'm telling you, so how do you be a damakuma sopan? Togbe Afede dia waye a history. 50 years, 100 years, will be for book now, will be say, oh, Togbe Afede a big economist. Now, wakan the crane will book him. In Yama Akufo Addo ye, and yes, wakan sa keke, wakan will book him in Yama step by step, the Akufo Addo ye, Yama economy no abo. Te Akufo Addo ni one ni chima kraba. Muko fa book no me hu say, hey, yana nabi ba de oba be ye Ghana fo ni. Te no na nkonko ye atesem. Da chi bi ye na ye ni ho a. Osi o yete say any papa bi ba ya na e friend Akufo Addo ye say economy no be ye we bo nze MPP ni bia ba ko boy Akufo Addo anwan ko he ni ye ko yi Togbe Afede book na ba say he economics kese ba ko a woni Akufo Addo ne kra no ni nia ete company bank kra no ono kra he de o kan he step by step in some o kan he. You see, it is good. Osi he added that it is clear that the government implemented majority of its policies and programs without properly thinking through or properly planning them before implementation, which is why the country finds itself in current economic mess. He went on to list self-inflicting actions and decisions taken by Akufo Addo government which have landed the country in trouble as follows. Intuition someone watch book ni mo. I see most of Akufo Addo policies ni nano clearly no yantena se anwe ho and sa asem ne yensem wa me melodies matina haka baby ameka e wa ha. Also, the large increase in the number of ministries and appointees in 2017. Muni amokai 2017 President Akufo Addo who chastised Mahama, who fired Mahama to say Mahama a large government no Akufo Addo ba obe reduce no Akufo Addo ba no so be a larger government. Ye be say Akufo Addo say aden and I will catch Mahama send the ministers also and then the appointees also they oba wa ba be ye bebre say Mahama na asem Akufo Addo catch Ghana for say opentem esiesi Ghana yie adwenya wo de we yen no e hwa na Ghana for bia ye kom o say Mahama say Ghana dodo so no Akufo Addo no pentem na wa ye Ghana yie nti opeso fankrofo bebre no de ye Ghana yie nti Togbe Afede in his book rightly saying from the set go said the first mistake and say Akufo Addo echo appointing Akufo bebre as a political motivations dictated reckless increases in the size of our parliament with little or no thought about the extra cost that is salaries, multiple ex gratia payments, common fund allocation, etc. Payment to directors and employees of non-existing catapults into catapults port in ho now so ye chi ankrofo ka what throw book nim dachi echima ba wo mehu ne se o papa bi ba no ye president ye see ye support ye support wo keta now so na ankrofo gi hu pay etie for me say ade we Togbe Afede ye no e ka men kwa on na ka most Ghanaian leaders especially ahemfo will also pick up and write books on governance and issues. Listen, it is not even only on governance. On anything, if you decide to write a book or biography, I'm sure say people can even learn something from what you went through. And I hope that broadcast here it is going to encourage someone to start thinking about it, what you've gone through in life. Me mama me Melodies amiti 2 months, 3 months ago. Any enda me wahi. 2 months, 3 months ago, any enda me wahi. Me lose about 30 kg. 2 months, 3 months ago, any ende. Me lose about 30 kg because 2 months, 3 months ago, I decided to train, exercise every day and take my health serious. Me lose about 30 kg just 2-3 months ago. A young mama say, hey, just 2-3 months, never ne say, unu medru ana. Jim na me kon kan ngofo bisa say unu medru. Me no medru bia. Just a routine na me hu ya routine no. Ye juma mame. And me use this routine na. And me lose weight sir. And I have plans of writing a book on it. Into that chibi obi episode lose weight. Now we are known to me lose weight ah. Who steps na me take here enyama me di ye. During that time no enyama me decide yes me ndi during that time no exercise me yeah or also the same thing no swing and a result. You understand? So it is good. Anything it is bibia wa go through and everything you've been successful about uko school and unya u pass events saying subjects be krana. You can write a book on how you pass the subject. We need to start thinking that way. That is how our environment that is how we will educate, because listen, we need a lot of education in Ghana. We need to elevate the minds of people. And the way I Togbe Afede, you see, I'm taking in different angles, but for me, I am really happy. I like the fact that so far Togbe Afede is one of him for a my way more or more thinking say or more BBC, because so far on him be any book about the mess in Ghana economy ya go through. And this thing Togbe Afede is doing, it is perfect, it is good. Until he went on as the payments to directors and employees of non-existent catapults, monies lost in the failed award of ECG to PDS, abandoned projects, sale of government vehicles and their replacements after 4 years or less, and expenditure on new voters registration have been wasteful. All these things, me say, 50 years to come, 100 years to come, obi kofa Togbe Afede the book now. Obi hu ne say embre bi ba ye Ghana nyama esi ye ni. To say ndesen ye tumi fa Kwame Nkrumah book e cancel bi no. Obeka yesterday I was listening to City FM amukokoti book bi a MPP ni etroye embra wo mu lusu 2008 elections no. MPP for lusu 2008 elections no. Yes. omo nipa bi Dr. Atta Kennedy throw book Chasing the Elephant to the Bush. Yesterday, journalist be quote here, what say mistakes be MPP for year, yeah, womo edi lose election, and then I done a reference ama MPP for angasa. And so, omo to me kwako he. And I'm encouraging the NDC as well. Anything you go through when you win an election, write a book about it, what you did behind the scenes, what you did with the moya ye ma mu wini ye, mulusu krana, enyema bi akoso ye ma mulusu ye. What you say? A trimba. Intende Togbe Afede throw a book nim ECG deal, and that 50 years later, akolebi ba befa book na obe hunu say embrebi obi baso na wo beton ECG ama because Ghana ye refi 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to come. Ye rebe fi sa ECG case. But 50 years Togbe Afede throw ni book nim 50 years to come obi befa book ne hunu say embrebi obi baso. I'm looking forward to 50 years time. Now MPP ni NDC ni arguments didn't and the NDC maybe by no be a friend of Mahama and you know a bon no I say now NDC ni so akwa book we say look at the reference. Togbe Afede wa hin kese book I no so throw ye say MPP Akufo Addo and Akufo Addo ni dey see ni and your ECG ni your ton abandoned projects and the sale of government vehicles na expenditure voters registration ni na Also, similarly wasteful have been payments of end of service benefits and all manner of allowances and perks to some state employees. Huge convoys, unnecessary expensive travel for mostly unproductive seminars and conferences. And now I say, the next story I'll bring to you. And not Togbe Afede walk on me. Say Ghana, Akufo Addo airco program, will Dubai. Yet the Ghana for 618 in the Dinichi, Nini Ghana foka. Once I Togbe Afede air come say a part of the reason to economy no IMS. Once I ne asem ababa beshia. And he, I mean, look at the book. This is the book. And a book no in Chadanya with 28-page book. Oh, Togbe Afede Nyankopon Shao ati. Nyankopon Shao. This is the book. This is the book. Me nyo bia me pe na me pe physical book ba we there. I say or send me to me a download na me read it. Send me to me download na me read it. This is a book. Our self-inflicted monumental economic crisis. December 8, 2020. Togbe Afede. And what throw book no fine. That's ya see. This is the book. Tianuni, vulnerabilities, resource endowments, the dream of our founding fathers and 1992 constitution, the reality of the state of affairs, consequences of failure, how did we get here, respect for the truth and the rule of law, introduction, book no, our vulnerabilities, COVID-19 our resource endowments, Ghana, asema debia make us Ghana debia nyankopon hira no, and the Togbe Afede book no wa throw resource endowment nyankopon hira we hira wo man no, the dream of our founding fathers and 1992 constitution nkruma moda eso a wo mo ema Ghana, the reality of the state of affairs, the yetimosisia consequences of failure yi the air to Ghana for how did we get here, e dey na ye ma ye do ha, respect for truth and the rule of law, division, tribal, winner takes all politics. In someone they be a can answer more. Once the Togbe Afede they are trouble, and a book is a book be a so my brother has already a dozen, just 28 pages. Oh, just 28. So I am encouraging you. What would you, Mrs. Siano? Shawabrabomu. There is something you've gone through. Maybe yare be babe ball, yare na ball no, and that when yare sa. At the end of the year. Say ya sorry na okọ na de bia okọ bomb pa ye kra na onya yare sa fatro book ye ne Christian book, how God healed me through this disease. Say ye bibi na wa ye exercises bi na wa ye fatro. You see, think into your life right now. I mean, what I say, there is something you've achieved. Don't to me them say you've not achieved anything. There is something you've achieved. You can write a book, even if a 5 pages krana throw book no. Say book no on person de member obi say on ton emo obi krana tro to homa wo ma tro to homa we busuafo ma enka wo japade ho or asset ho ma enka ho. Some of you politics, you are good politically, You've achieved things. You've been able to convince people. Write a book on how to talk to people. Naturally, you've been blessed. Unim sen ye ni nipa kasa e convince nipa tenase na dwen ho na mekra na Nyankopon ehira mi o sen ya mitumi ni nipa kasa ma me ntro bibi there 2 pages kra na tro. Write something, put it down as part of your assets. In Trimamba, omu nyina besua. And that Togbe book no we 28 page book. No big deal. What can nsem obian to me no obian to me magin free nsem obian to me nyen ho hwe watro. I'm encouraging a lot of you guys. I'm encouraging a lot of guys to start writing books. It is good. It is good, I'm telling you. Talked about the policies, weak institutions, the constitution and the president's powers. The powers the president has and the constitution. Togbe Afede talked about it. Even talked about Galamsey and posted pictures of Galamsey in the book. Attitudes, beliefs and value system. Threats to peace, stability and unity. How Ghana can turn it around. Oh, Charlie, I am really, really impressed. I'm telling you, I'm really, really, really impressed. I am really impressed. No. You see, I'm talking about this too much. It's because I love what Togbe Afede has done, and I think say Melodies for me. We should all start doing that. Think into your life. You should start. Even if you need help, to me about Melodies, make my brabo. Idea we be na me here. Me true buku. Like men dreams say bia me trolla matona me nya hu sika da bio. It is the knowledge. Oh, the nipa be reading no so sua bi free wa brabo. Ati ase. Charlie, Christians, whatever. If you are not a Christian, you're a traditionalist. You're what. Let's try to put our thoughts together and write a book. Let's try to put our thoughts together. Sometimes I'm sorry. Me teaching was sorry. I mean teaching me was sorry. Be my recording at the ho. Teaching me was sorry. My catch almost say everything I've said in that teaching. I write a book about it. Mon try my comment box nimo. Me that's it.